Welcome back to this next video on fund development. I'm David Schreier. In the previous video, we learned about goals, benchmarks, and dashboard indicators, and how they can help you strengthen your fund development program. In this video, we're going to look at building a case statement for your ministry, a way of talking about the work you do that can excite, interest, and involve your donors. You can download the resources for this video by clicking on the link that was emailed to you by Felician Services. So what is a case statement? Well, it's a specialized publication that talks about the work of your ministry in a very visually compelling and emotionally compelling way. A case statement tells the story for the work of your ministry. It makes the case for why you're gift-worthy. A case statement does several things for you. First, it lets the community know about the important good works you're helping to achieve for the benefit of society and for the community at large. A case statement can also distinguish your work and your activity from other organizations that may be doing similar things in the community. A case statement can instill confidence in your donors that their money is going into the right place, and it can demonstrate your ministry's relevance in terms of understanding and addressing today's unmet or undermet needs. Your ministry's case statement should link together the past, the present, and the future. So first, it's an opportunity to let donors appreciate all that you've accomplished from the beginning of your ministry to the present day. Next, it gives you an opportunity to talk about current activities and programs and services that you're providing. And then finally, it allows you to talk about your future direction and your guiding vision for how your ministry is going to continue to tackle problems in society. Case statements should always address some aspect of community benefit. Think about all that would be left undone if your ministry didn't exist. So the case statement is an opportunity for you to talk about specifically the change you will help bring, the transformation you're going to help bring to your clients and to the community. And case statements are most effective when you include the measurable outcomes that your ministry will deliver. How many more people will you feed? How many more people will you clothe, etc. So there are three important considerations to keep in mind when developing your case statement. First is messaging. We always want to have a very clear and consistent message about what we're doing organizationally. And that message should have some quality of urgency and excitement to it. Next, we want to make sure we're addressing perception. We want to present our organization as a leader in the community, not merely a follower, and therefore we're a priority because we're taking the lead on addressing these important societal concerns and needs. And then the final element is playing up our uniqueness. What are the distinguishing characteristics about our ministry and our approach to serving the community that sets us apart? So message, perception, uniqueness. So how do we formulate a case statement? Well, essentially a case statement lets your volunteer leadership and your development staff and communication staff and all the key stakeholders to your organization think about the work you do. What we do, where we do it, when we do it, how we do it, even why we do it. Here are some other core questions to consider when preparing your case statement. Who benefits from your ministry's outcomes and how? What are the issues that are driving planning for your ministry? And what are the issues that are most impacting your clients or constituents? How exactly is your ministry going to meet an undermet need in your service area? And what exactly are your proposed solutions to these problems and issues? And is there an opportunity to collaborate with other organizations? And how exactly will you measure the desired outcomes of your work? How will you know if you're achieving what you set out to do? And do you even have compelling data that reinforces why we need to do these programs and why we need financial contributions to support them? Every case statement is different, and your ministry's case statement will reflect the culture and the feel for your organization. Case statements always have to have an emotional appeal to them. So you can think about a beautiful song, the melody and the lyrics, and how that song emotionally grabs you. That's what we do with our case statement, with our stories and our information and the photographs and all the other great content that we'll talk about very shortly.
the people, in fact, all of the groups that we have spoken to, when we are preparing, they ask us to tell our stories. They want to hear heartfelt stories about the people we serve. When we can tell them a story about how their money was used to impact a certain person, a certain family, a group of children, that's what they want to hear. That they know where their donation is really, really helping someone personally. Like, what are our programs? They want to know, what do we do? They want to know, why did we come to Kingstree? When I think about what it is that they want to hear from us, it is very personal and relational. And that has been our foundation throughout our years here.
I have a great story that happened just last week. I worked with a little girl after school whose name is Jayla. And Jayla came in last week and said, I have made a card for Sister Donna. And I said, oh, good. And she read it to me. Dear Sister Jonna, I love the Felician Center. And when you pass, I want to take your place. Which I thought was just a great tribute to Sister Jonna, that this young person, this 8-year-old girl, wanted to come in and be the assistant or the leader in the after-school program.
So now let's talk about the common elements that go into preparing a case statement. I always like to start with a cover letter that lays out the foundation for the document. Next, we'll feature mission and vision and value statements, and then get into the heart of the document to highlight the programs and services that you provide and who you're providing them to. What is the profile of your clients and constituents? I always like to include graphs and charts to really document that we understand what the unmet need is and we're addressing it. So we need to talk about the current needs and issues of the day and how we intend to do something about them. We certainly also want to include something about our future plans and direction, so we give people something exciting to look forward to. And we'll need to talk about the resources that are required. How much money do we need from a variety of different sources to put these programs and services into place? You can also feature background information on your organization, including a historical timeline of where you began and where you are today, as well as who the leadership for your ministry are. Case statements are wonderful opportunities for you to use photographs that show your staff and your clients benefiting from the good works of the ministry. You can reprint newspaper articles that were written about your organization. You can provide links to videos that you may have, and certainly include testimonials and quotes from clients and from funders and from other organizations you've partnered with. It's important in a case statement to provide donors with a range of funding opportunities so that they see the total funding picture for the ministry, but they also see opportunities where their gift of $1,000, $5,000, $50,000, or $5 million can be applied to your good works. Case statements can also easily be personalized based on the audience that you're going to. Certainly current donors and prior donors, members of our organization, volunteers, prospects and suspects who we hope will become donors, clients of our organization, corporate and foundation contacts that we've engaged with, government leaders in our community, the general public altogether, everyone on our mailing list. Essentially, the case statement is this powerful and potent document that you can use in myriad ways for myriad purposes. So how do we use a case statement? Well, once we've put it together, once we've gathered all of our great thinkers within our organization, and we've thought about who we serve and where we serve and what we do and so forth, all of that great information can inform our annual fund program. It can help shape the content for the fundraising letters we're going to send out. We can eventually get the case statement up on our website because it's such a wonderful, coherent, crystallized way of describing our organization. We can use case statements with grant proposals. It's a wonderful attachment or appendix piece and actually can inform some of the content of the grant proposal itself. It provides talking points for board members and staff members that are going to be meeting with donors. And it's a wonderful leave behind after a meeting because this will be a very visually and emotionally compelling document that people will enjoy looking at. You can also use case statements to help inform your PowerPoint presentations if you're going to be speaking to a gardening club or a Rotary. At the end of the day, the case statement can inform your constituents about the important work of your ministry and the difference that financial contributions make to your success in the future. Thank you very much. See you next time. Coming up next in video 8, which is the final video in this series on fund development, we're going to focus on planning and strategic thinking. Fund development programs work best when activity is organized in a fund development plan. So this video will look at the importance of having a fund development plan in place, as well as how that plan can help bring strategic thinking into board and committee meetings.